Alright, match number 5. We're on the draw, and we have triple Keldon Marauders, which is good if we can draw a land. Yeah, I'll keep this. Against a creatureless deck, they're going to have to remove all of these to avoid taking 5 apiece, and against a creature-based deck, this is going to seriously slow down their attacks. Only problem is I need to not get stuck on one land. Basic Forest, Quarian Ranger. I really hope this is Stompy and not Elves. Alright, Chain Lightning the Quarian Ranger off the table, in case they don't have another forest in hand. They did mulligan, but they put a card on top, so they're probably not stuck on one land. I'll just suspend my Rift Bolt for now. Save the Chain Lightning for a more important target. Bash us for 1. Looks like they were stuck on one land. Wild Mongrel, okay. What do I want to get rid of here? I suppose I'll shoot down the Wild Mongrel. It attacks for more. And if they decide to save it, I can Searing Blaze it to finish it off. But most likely they're not going to discard 2 cards to save it. Alright, they let it die. And since they are stuck on one land, Searing Blaze seems like a pretty good proposition, since it keeps them on 1 mana until they find another forest. And then I get to start the Keldon Marauders train. And hope that's enough to overwhelm them. If they just play like an 0-4 or something, I could be in trouble, but I don't think this deck is going to have 0-4s in it. Maybe some 5-5s. Should I Chain Lightning away Basking Rootwalla? I don't think it does anything scary. I could Chain Lightning the face, but I want to save it just in case. I'll probably end up cycling this Forgotten Cave. Let's cycle this. 3 mana is enough on my next turn. I'd rather have spells. I can attack because I'm going to have something else back to block. I can play Thermal Alchemist, but I only have 1 other spell in hand, so I'd rather just play Keldon and Chain Lightning and ignore the Thermal Alchemist. It should be more than enough to win. I don't even really need to get rid of the Nettle Sentinel. I could hit the face with this. Mutagenic Growth, okay. Well, that cost them 2 life, and all they get out of it is a 2/2, so that's fine with me. Finally get their second land drop on turn 5. I don't value this Keldon Marauders at all, so if they want to use a combat trick here, that's fine with me. Groundswell, okay. Alright, they're falling to 8 after these 2 triggers. And I'm still at a safe 18 with them at 2 cards in hand. Alright, Keldon Marauders. Another Nettle Sentinel. And they pass the turn. So should I lightning bolt this or not? The face. I think I will. My mana's pretty pinched right now. And this means they're forced to chump block. Because otherwise when this leaves the battlefield, they'll die. And then they're dead anyway. So I have Curse of the Pierced Heart, Lava Spike, and they're dead on their upkeep unless they gain life. At instant speed. Okay, so this is some sort of weird hybrid of Stompy that plays Wild Mongrel and Basking Root Wallow instead of other creatures. I wonder if they're missing their red mana and their red-green madness with Corian Ranger and combat tricks. I'm not sure. Like Trickery seems not that great against just Corian Ranger, but Martyr of Ashes does seem good. What do I want to cut? The slow cards? Cut the curses? I could bring an Electrickery over a Curse. They seem like a fairly fast deck. Even though Electrickery's not that good, I'll submit. Alright. On the draw, we have an Electrickery, which might be useful. Our hand is fine, we'll keep. Young Wolf, okay. Don't really want to Electrickery that right away. Let's do this. Then we'll play Keldon Marauders to block for 2 turns. And then reassess from there, probably. Alright, Corian Ranger. And they don't untap this forest for some reason. Alright, since they're stuck on 1 land, I might just want to Electrickery on their upkeep here. Save myself some damage, same thing as what Keldon would do, but also cut them off on mana. I don't want to do it on my turn because then they could attack me with a 2/2. Of course, if I do it on their turn, they could have a pump spell, but if they waste a pump spell on saving one of these, that's not really that big of a deal. Groundswell only does 2 right now anyway. Vines doesn't protect it. Mutagenic would cost them some precious mana that they'd rather be using for a creature, or it would cost them life, which is fine with me. So yeah, I think this is the best play. Groundswell, okay. No landfall. They wanted to save their Corian Rangers so that they can untap their forests. Then hopefully I'll draw a land so I can go Chain Lightning plus Keldon. They're doing this pre-combat instead of post, so they don't actually get to untap a creature. Not that that matters since I don't have anything with haste. Hit me for 3. And no land. So I can Lava Spike Chain Lightning if I really want to get rid of this Corian Ranger, which I do. They couldn't even do anything with that 1 mana, so they're really waiting for 2 mana to get their creatures down. So let's go. Boom. That means I have to take 2 from the Young Wolf, unfortunately. I guess I'm going to exile this Riftbolt. I'm not going to Lava Spike just yet. Vines, okay. Really spending a lot of resources protecting this, but that makes sense because it's effectively their second forest. Alright, let's see what they can do to me. Now that they have 2 mana. Probably play a Wild Mongrel. Or some other aggro 2-drop. Rancor. Alright, that's super annoying. I need to be able to remove the Rancor in response, but now all my stuff is... Well, my Searing Blaze is instant speed, but I want to use it on my turn because that's the only way to get landfall. Fire Blast is instant, but I don't want to be casting it this early. And Lava Spike doesn't hit creatures, so... Skargan, okay. Looks like I'm going to lose. Can I hit a land at least? Alright, Rift Bolts. What should I take down? Probably the thing wearing the Rancor. Thermal Alchemist, Searing Blaze. So I can Searing Blaze this right now, and then they get the Rancor Skargan hit me for 4, and I don't really have a plan. I think I just had to play Keldon. And then they Rancor the Skargan. I still can't block. But I can block the Quarian. And this is more... This is better if I do find a land next turn, because then I can Searing Blaze the Skargan then. And actually get the 3 damage out of it. They hit their second forest. Hit us for 4. And also another creature. With 2 Fire Blasts still riding in our hands. Rift Bolt, that's too slow. So I can kill the Quarian Ranger, take 4, block this. And that's about my only option. I can also play Thermal Alchemist, I suppose. And wait yet another turn on the Searing Blaze. I can also exile Riftbolt, so I for sure have something to kill Skargan next turn, but I think I have to count on drawing a land for Searing Blaze. Hope they have literally nothing in hand that matters. Take 4 down to 3, land, Searing Blaze this away, and then be so scared of a 1 mana spell that they don't Rancor either of these. That's what I need to happen. And it looks like 5. Mutagenic, maybe? Yep. And I'm dead. Alright, on the play, game 3. And this hand is fine. A Lightning Bolt turn 1, or we could Lava Spike turn 1, but I want to save my stuff since I have Thermo in hand. Only question is going to be which creature to play on turn 2, which will depend on what they do turn 1. Young Wolf. Don't really want to remove that. I'll just play Thermo. I don't really want to play Keldon, because I don't want to block the Young Wolf or attack into it and just transform it for them for free. Quarian Ranger. Return the Forest. Rancor. Alrighty then. Rancor is pretty hard to deal with, especially when we're so tight on mana. I could play Keldon Marauders and trade off with the Young Wolf, or I could just hold up mana for Incinerate, and when they go to attack, incinerate it. That would be blown out by a pump spell, and it just lets them replay the Rancor. And I think I'll go with Keldon Marauders this turn. Alright, here come the attacks. Try to trade off here. Force them to recast the Rancor if they want it still on the battlefield. Which stops them developing a creature if they do that. Alright, Vault Scourge. And probably here comes the Rancor on Vault Scourge. While we're tapped out. No, they're not putting it on the lifelinker. That's odd. Alright, Lightning Bolt is a good draw. Now I get to bolt, and then in response to their pump spell and the Young Wolf, bolt again. Of course, if they just have 2 pump spells, we're in for a world of hurt. Alright, Mutagenic Growth, so ping. Lightning Bolt. They get their Rancor back. Thermal untaps again. They gain 1 from Vault Scourge. And hopefully they don't go for Rancor on it, because I need to remove a creature in response to Rancor one of these days so they don't keep getting it back. Alright, and luckily they're not playing Rancor for some reason. So I'm going to keep open Incinerate. It means I can't play Thermal Alchemist. I could just play Thermal Alchemist and wait on the Incinerate, but removing the creature in response to Rancor is pretty important. Of course, if they have a Vines or a Pump spell that gets it past it, that's pretty bad for me. If I just play Thermo, and then next turn play Thermo Incinerate or Thermo Lava Spike, will that be enough to race? I mean, nothing's going to be enough to race a 3/1 Flying Lifelinker, I don't think. But also, if they just don't go for the Rancor, or if they do have protection, that's really bad for me. I guess I'll just play another Thermo and wait, and hope that they are scared of the 1 mana I have up and assume I have a Lightning Bolt. And then if they go for it, that means they probably have protection, and if they don't go for it, then I'll have been able to develop a Thermal Alchemist. Alright, so they don't do the Rancor pre-combat, which is great. Means they probably don't have a Vines in hand. Otherwise they would have forced it through, I think. Nettle Sentinel. Wild Mongrel. Alright, 4 cards in hand, one of which is Rancor. Nettle Sentinel and Quarian Ranger can be blocked as long as there's no combat tricks. Lightning Bolt. What to do? I think I should just leave open Lightning Bolt Incinerate to try to stop the Rancor from resolving. I could go for the greedy option of tap Lightning Bolt the Vault Scourge, and then play Thermal Alchemist number 3, and then hope to race that way. Which would probably have been fine. But I think I like this more. Alright, let's block since we have a Lightning Bolt and Incinerate up to protect us. Let them gain their 1 life from Vault Scourge, and then do everything on their end step. Rancor, okay. Oh no, untap first. They didn't float a mana before they returned the forest that time, which was an accident, or they don't have 3 mana worth of things to do. Yet another Wild Mongrel, okay. Alright, boom. Boom. If I just spend both my removal spells here, it's pretty bad. Let's see, do I just have lethal? I might just have lethal. So I'm going to go Incinerate for 5. Lightning Bolt for 5. That's 10. And then I untap and I go Lava Spike and they're dead. Yeah, that's pretty good. Alright, and we managed to win a match. 1-4 overall is not great. The ones we lost, some of them were close. Peregrine Drake is still around, which I don't like. But if you like burn decks, then this is a good burn deck, despite my record with it. In any case, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I will see you next time.